Hello my vacuum cleaner chums, how are you today? This video I'm going to be showing you my 1938 Hoover 825. Let's have a closer look. And here it is. I acquired this for free from a lovely chap in Henley. Well, so it wasn't free, it could have been free. It was offered for free for a museum or a theatre production. I was none of those, so I was honest with the guy and said I collected old vacuum cleaners and would he take a bit of money for it? And he said yes. So for £15 I own this exquisite piece of pre-war vacuuming. Here it is in all of its lovely, the bag is astonishingly good. There's a little bit of wear to the very underneath and a small little hole there. Where are we? There. But certainly compared to my 825's bag, it is amazing. We'll take that off in a minute and have a look. Moving on up, it doesn't have a plug. We need to fit a plug to it. I said it did work the last time it ran. It was his grandmother's, sadly long deceased now. They got rid of it, well, they stopped using it because it was too heavy for her. And it's been sat up in a storage unit ever since. It even has the original rubber cable, which is a little bit perished. So I can't say it'll be on. I might keep it on. Not sure though, because of Charlie. Whether I keep the cable just to put it back on one day or change the cable, I'm not entirely sure. Which we'll have to think about that. Moving up, the rubber for the handle is amazingly good. Much better than my 875. And the cord exit is a bit perished, but perfectly serviceable. The switch might be a little bit ticky because, as you can see, it does what they all seem to do and click a little bit. The bag has a bag hook this time, not a bag strap. So we had the spring with the bit of fabric through it to stop it pulling itself to the floor, so it'll only pull down so far before it won't go any further. Even the handle's not too bad. I mean, that's 70, 80 years of use, that's not too bad at all. Moving down, it's going to need a very good polish. I have done a little bit by hand and it has come up okay, but yeah, everything else is going to need a good going over, and Mr. Hoover has kindly offered to do that for me when I get to that stage. So that would be good. I've done this bit by hand a little bit, which is why it's shiny. Back there it was all rough, but that is quite smooth because I went over it with some Sif and some silver actually, just to see what happened really. A little bit of damage there, but you can't argue with that. This is the fantastic, is that any better or not? The fantastic brass plaque, the Hoover. It beats as it sweeps, as it cleans, and a royal warrant by appointment. Here is the hood. That apparently lights up, so we'll see about that. That's a little bit perished, but you can't hold that against it really. Not sure what that's all about though. Whether that's had a previous repair, because all the rest are dome headed, but we'll have a look at that when we do. Also, I don't know if that should be held on by, I think that's had a replacement bumper because there's holes in the hood. And there's not holes on the bumper, so we might have a look at that. But what I might do, since it's half off, is take the back ones off and take the whole bumper off and give it to Mr. Dorian like that, and we'll see if that helps him be able to polish it. Moving upside down, we have the ratings plate, so 825. The Hoover cleaner makes carpets last longer. Very good, if slightly dirty, brush roll with okay bristles. Perhaps a little bit short, but they're there, that's the main thing. This is the bag damage, that seems to be it. Although obviously it is starting to fall apart a bit, so we'll have to be careful with that. Again, I think this bag is going to be one for show and not for use when I eventually get it off and get it washed. I can't do anything about the rust, apart from hope that a good wash sorts it out. While we got the handle down, everything's flopping over everywhere. We'll have a look at the ratings plate, and then I'll pop you back on the tripod. Let me just stick the lights on. Here we go. So, model 825, 360 watts, made in Perivale. So it is a UK machine. Apparently these were the last, somebody told me this, the last coffee can to be produced both in the US at Northampton and in the UK at Perivale. And that makes sense, because I've got a service manual from the US that doesn't have my 875 in it, although you can work it out based on all the other machines, but it does have this, so I think that does ring true. So there we go. I hadn't actually tried the height adjustment yet. Oh, it does work, you know. Perhaps a little bit stiff, but we can forgive it for that because it's probably not been turned in ages. All the wheels work. It's just a lovely, lovely, lovely thing. I presume this is how the bag comes off. Is it? Ah. Yes. Oof. Look at that. Look, that's old vintage dirt. See, that's why these bags perish, because they're stored like that, which isn't good. I'll pop that back on for now, just because if it doesn't work, we've got to vacuum up with something else. So I'll pop those back on, pop the bag back on. Really, what we're going to do now is fit a plug. Now the plug I found a suitably vintage Contactum brown Bakelite plug. Let's get it fitted. So I have my trusty Stanley knife here, although I'm probably not going to use that too much because the ends don't seem too bad, so we might just be able to trim them off a little bit and just stuff them in, really, and hope that electricity goes where it should. Ah, it's got a fuse, that's good. When I got this out, I thought, blimey, what if it's not got a fuse? I've got to borrow one from somewhere else. But it has, so that's fine. Just take the cord grip off. Quite excited here. I mean, it's probably been run fairly recently, certainly this millennium, but it's always fun to try a vintage machine for the first time and see what it needs. It's going to get a full overhaul, probably mechanically first, and I'll do it cosmetically another day. Now, red is live. Ooh. Uh-oh. Right, this is suffering from what they all do, in that the insulation, I've got any flipping scissors or snips either. Let me just cut that down a bit and we'll see if we can get some better, whether that's just like that because it's been out in the open for so long. I'm not sure, hang on. Right, so I've cut it down to a fresh end. So let's see what happens. Really? Right, we'll cut it there. Try and move so you can actually see what I'm doing. Now you've got to, these old cables have a cloth inner. So all you need to do is just shave off until it splits the outer rubber. Like so. There we go. To expose the cord inner. And once you have exposed the cord inner, there we go, look, that is the insulator, that fabricy stuff. Now that's much better, that's not pulling apart anywhere near as easily. It still is, and it probably still will, because it is rubber after all. I'm not going to do this very neatly now because I don't have a lot of time. So we'll just pare that back and snip it off for now. Now red is live and black is neutral. Yeah, I think it's probably going to have a new cable on it, just because with the children playing with it, I've got to be a little bit careful. If it was just me, it probably would stay with, if this only had occasional use, but yeah, I can't, because the kids mess around with it as much as they shouldn't. They do. I don't want to risk it, so we'll put the live terminal down. Then we'll bring this over here, tuck it into the neutral, like so. There we go. Pop that down as well. Oh, just pull it out. Get back in there. There we go. Fold that down there. Everything's falling out. There we go. Whip that around and do it up. He says not being able to align the screw into its hole. What's going on? Come on, we haven't got all day. There we go. Now, if this plug works, I'll clean it all up, and it may as well stay on there because it is suitably, it's not completely vintage. Would this have had a light bulb fitting, do you reckon? Being in the 30s, or probably just a round, actually no, probably just a round pin plug. So this is probably about as vintage as I can get for it while still being usable. So there we go, one plug with, I presume the fuse works. If it doesn't, we'll have to change it. So there we go, we have ourselves a fitted plug. Alright, I may as well leave you there. We'll pop this there. I have some power over here. Let's see what happens. Nothing. Let's flick the switch and try again. Oh my, how beautiful. That even agitated about. Hang on. Let me just center you up against this dirt. This is just down here. Zoom in a little bit. There's the autofocus, hang on. See if we can capture this on camera. How amazing is that? How utterly beautiful is that? That is amazing. I haven't told you this yet, but the belt's really perished. That's quite good. Solid. Let's reset up and do some vacuuming. So I've emptied itself a little bit. Haven't been electrocuted yet, so let's see what happens. It even seems to be adjusted right as well. Fantastic. go. So the reason I was quite surprised that this works as well as it does is because the belt is very, 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 very perished. If I just show you, if we have this out, oh, this hasn't been out in a while. Hang on, it's coming. Let's take this off. Oh God. No, that is coming. Hang on. That is the belt that we just did all that on. That's not bad, is it? I don't think it's a genuine Hoover, because I can't see the markings, and oh, all that's full of gunk as well. Try and get some of that off. But there we go, that's moving now. Because I had the foresight to bring some belts. These are Senior 912, 612, 638, blah 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 belts. But they will fit. This is what was on the 875. You watch it snap now straight away. So there we go, not too bad. The brush roll is a bit dry, but pretty immaculate, I'll be honest. So we'll pop this back in, like so. I'm amazed that works that well. As you saw in my 2015 version 1938 video, which by the way YouTube have said isn't suitable for adverts. Wonder who I've annoyed with that. Probably Dyson. Be careful not to chop my finger off here, hang on. Come on, okay. Nothing, ow, nothing's lining up. Why is nothing lining up? Come on. Oh, you bugger. Bear with me. Aha. Just needed some gentle persuasion of the hammer variety. So now, we can pop the belt on. We'll probably give it a whirl like this. Excellent, so we'll pop that back on there. Like so. Now the next quick issue that we're going to look at is the bulb, which doesn't work. Let's get a bit closer. Now to get to the bulb, same as on the 875, because it's the same motor. There are 3 screws. Here, here and here. There we go. And then, in theory, ow, that will just lift off like so. And there is the hood, so the motor cover. A little bit dirty under there. Oh, we do have a bulb, but it is broken. Oh wow, look how that is. That's the shape of bulb I need. Look, vintage is that. What's an Osram? I might keep that just to use as a pattern. Look at the filament detail on that. So that's why the bulb doesn't work. Looking at this, can't see any perish wires, but I will go through it all with a fine-tooth comb and replace any that I'm unsure about. Just like I did with the 875, but it's actually here. Because we're just about to steal its light bulb, because I completely forgot to bring any with me. But had this in the car. Oh wow, there we go, look. Look at that from a view. Apart from me being in the way. Always in the way. The screws are different as well. They're longer on the 875. Of course, I might not have the original screws. There we go, so that is why the bulbs that I have touch the back of the unit, because they're completely different. Oh, indeed here, actually they're not even turning. But that should be on just enough to just give us some light. I don't want to shear it off. So I reckon that'll be fine. Should we try it? Yeah, that'll do. I think. Don't want to smash the bulb before we get to... Ah, like that, look. Okay. Right, well, we're not going to see it in use now, because unfortunately the hood is different. Bugger. Oh well. Luckily I have rubbish engines stuck here, ready for such an eventuality. It's even worse, I've just hoovered up one of the blooming motor screws. Okay, so we're not going to be able to see it lit up today, I'm afraid. But I'm going to keep the old light bulb out, just so that I can match it against eBay, really, because I could do with one for the 875, so we must just get away with that on the 875 because the hood is different, and now I've lost a flipping screw, but that should be too hard to find another one of. Damn it. This is why I don't have nice things, you know, because I just can't be trusted. I'll be annoyed some people now. I've just lost a screw and smashed a bulb. They shouldn't be allowed nice things. Don't have nice things, don't worry. So, right, well, sorry, we'll put the bulbless cover back on here. Oh, blimey. Blimey McTrousers. This has still got its grey bag on from the Versus video, so I can't, and I'm going to have to stop this video in a second because I get late back for work. I want to get told off. So, we'll quickly vacuum up the mess that it made. And we'll call this done for now. We know it runs, that's the main thing really, I suppose, that it runs. And for the first look video, that's all we really ever do, isn't it? Oh, that'll do. I'll take that bulb into work, put all that up there, plug it back in. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching my before video of my Hoover H25. And I'll see you soon. Bye bye.